What's going on, YouTube and y'all squad? This is your boy Yocrates, and this is your review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. What, season 12? This is the finale. The episode and all that stuff will be in the title. So y'all know everything for the most part popped off at the end, and there were really only two events that happened. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with Garcelle. She's having a Birkins and Bubbles party, which is cute. You know, she said that she doesn't have a Birkin, and they had a lot of Birkins there, so the ladies were able to purchase. And of course, Kyle had to come in like a wrecking ball, saw one that Sutton had picked up, and they had to have on white gloves. So I'm like, I didn't know it was that serious, but again, that's not my ministry, so whatever. Um, Kyle hopes that things go well when it comes to Lisa, given that Kathy gave an apology. She just wants this thing to be dead. And I don't know if this is because she got some heat from her sister or whatever, or maybe reality sunk in. It's just like, oh crap, I didn't do enough when my sister apologized because she ain't do squat diddly. So Garcelle gets the yellow Birkin, good for her. Kyle downloads Garcelle about Kathy and the apology, and Kyle says she cares about the dynamics of her family. And I mean, she's telling Garcelle because she wasn't there. Part of me also felt like that was her trying to hot potato the situation to Garcelle, hoping that Garcelle would take the reins because, of course, Kyle. She gave a little bit towards the end, but it wasn't Kyle that led the charge on this. So Erica, Diana, and Dorit did not come to Garcelle's event because Erica was dealing with personal problems. Dorit, no, I'm sorry, Diana was having an issue with her baby, and Dorit, it was her child's birthday. Understandable. Garcelle brings up to Lisa in front of the group her talking to Kathy, and Lisa is stumbling over her words. She was like, yeah, it was okay. And I'm guessing it was because she wasn't expecting it either the conversation to come up or it to come from Garcelle. But it's like, if you finna sit here and be stirring this mess, you got to be ready for it to come from wherever from. But I think because she's been on the attack that she wasn't expecting to get it. Whatever. So she asked Garcelle if she knew what happened in Aspen. Garcelle says she doesn't, but she got a text at, I believe she said 12:50 in the morning. And then Lisa said, oh, that's interesting because I got one at like 12:53, but I didn't open it to the morning because I locked myself in a room. And it's just like, you're full of it. Because if you were sitting here doing the whole play-by-play with Erica and you conveniently get a text 3 minutes after Garcelle and you say you didn't check it, like if you were that shook and that, on edge, you look, you would have seen it. And you can't even make me think that you were able to go to sleep if it was so chaotic in that house. Like, come on now, who is you playing? Anyway, Kyle says this to Lisa. Look, Kathy apologized, and she herself is trying, like, has to move on. And Kyle feels that Lisa is putting her in a crazy situation, and it's no. Lisa isn't. You're putting yourself in this situation. Why do I say that? Because one, if you first and foremost, you quote unquote allegedly, I'll say, saw that Lisa was sending a play-by-play to Erica via text message while y'all were still at the club. That was an opportunity right there for you nip it in the bud, but you didn't. And then you're hearing the whispers, you still don't say anything, and then finally when your sister and Lisa are in the same room and you clearly see that Lisa is going out of her way to antagonize your sister, and because what she was trying to do is get Kathy to say everything so she didn't have to say it, and it didn't happen, and all that you could say was in your confessional that Lisa's doing too much, when in that moment you should have said something in defense of your sister. And even though I don't give Lisa much, I will give Lisa her kudos of the fact that she, I really don't want to say balls because y'all know technically balls are soft, but I'll just say she had the balls to come at Kathy. Like, she is the one that will go where it needs to go to get what needs to be got. I just think that her time on the show is probably over because of that. Nevertheless, but still, Kyle, this is all on you. And rather than just own it and just be like, you know what, and even say to your sister, and even had another scene, it's like, look, I'm sorry, I should have done more, blah, blah, blah. No, no, you didn't do that. And I'm guessing, no, I'll say it now because I may forget. But the only reason that Cal is really trying to dead this and get things to be repaired is because she realizes, given the family dynamics, one, you not only want, but you need your sister and her daughters at your daughter's wedding because of the notoriety that it will bring, and now because your niece Nikki has married Mary into Big Bang. Oh, you definitely want her there. You definitely needed there to really solidify what it is that you have going on. Again, if it's the politics of it all, you should have been on top of that from jump. But whatever, you just stupid. So now we get to Kyle's event, and it's a Princess Grace party, and pretty much there's a lot of jewelry there where the ladies can buy. It's going to go towards the Princess Grace charity, and they all get to borrow the jewelry for the night. A lot of that jewelry was in the meals. I was just like, "Ooh, goodness gracious!" But all right, do you? So again, it's the event. On the ride there, you have Lisa and Erica talking, and Lisa tells Erica that people have told her. So I guess her publicist team has told her that Kathy is trying to bury the story. And if you got the money to do so, and of course you have things that are at stake from, just your name to brands and deals and all this other stuff, why wouldn't you try to bury a story? Again, if you got the funds to do it, because of how that thing can play out. And look, a lot of stories do get buried because people do realize, like, if I have the funds, I would rather exhaust these funds because I know I'm going to continue to make money rather than let this play out. And again, once the story is out there and people start to run with it, you can't do nothing about that. Again, I will always go back to the Candy, Portia, and Phaedra situation where, about like once that was out there, and it wasn't even repaired until we got to the reunion. So it was did while taping. It played out on the show during the season. She had already lost deals by that particular point to be vindicated at the reunion. But again, at that time, most people had already, like, not a lot, but enough had washed their hands of Candy because of that. You feel what I'm saying? So if you got the money to bury a story that could be damaging to your brand, you gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. So we find out that Kathy is out of town. And I put in my note, shout out to Kempire. Like, they had Kempire about Beverly Hills. I'm like, you better do that. I was so proud. Even obviously, I mean, of course, he got more subscribers than me, but I was proud. I'm like, go ahead. If one win, we all win, baby. So Garcelle says to Kyle, because now they're eating dinner, that she spoke to Kathy, and Kathy is upset that people are running with a story that doesn't make her look good. And no one's going to be happy about that, but I think Garcelle wasn't saying names because we find out that Kathy knows where the leak is coming from. So, okay. So then Garcelle feels that her friends have an agenda coming for her sister. Now, again, I believe a lot of this was orchestrated by Kyle, and I guess Kyle didn't think about how this would truly play out because you thinking about, oh, this is going to get ratings and I'm going to finally have a storyline because I ain't had one in a minute, and unbeknownst to you, you're literally about to tear your family back apart and probably to a point of no return. So producer Garcelle, because I had to put producer Garcelle, convinces the girls to go over towards the heater. So let's get away from the party because this is still a charity. Let's go away and let's do our cattiness over here. And that's one thing that I will give Garcelle is that Garcelle has that forethought to do that. Why do I say that? Because at Dorit's Homeless Not Toothless event, Lisa did not have enough discernment or whatever to, in having this back and forth with Sutton, how about take it away from all of these other people that don't necessarily need to be involved in this? So look, I'm gonna give it to Garcelle. She knew what to do. So I'm like, kudos to you, Garcelle. Now I'm also upset because I don't like that Garcelle is having to sit here. Now, I understand that she is fighting this battle on behalf of her friend Kathy, but at the same exact time, you're defending Kyle, and that I don't like. I don't like her having to sit here and be Captain Saver, you know what? Because the reality is, this should not even be Garcelle. This should truly be Kyle. But of course, let me say, I believe, because this is all legend, but I believe that there are some shady dealings between her and some of the women in the cast, which is why she isn't going to go full force at these women, but will allow other people, i.e., Garcelle and Sutton, to come in, and even Crystal, to try to fight this battle. All right. So Garcelle wants to know why Lisa needed an apology from Kathy. Lisa says she doesn't need anything, so Garcelle says someone isn't letting it go. So Lisa says, who needs to let it go? Who are you talking to? And Garcelle pretty much says, you two, pointing at Erica and Lisa. And this is another reason why I was upset that Garcelle jumped in. Because Lisa says, why do you have an attitude about this? I sense an attitude. And Garcelle rolls her eyes because literally now she's being hit with the angry black woman trope. Another reason why it's just like, Garcelle, this is one of those where you should have just sat there and ate your food. But again, I understand. And let's be clear, as much as I'm upset with Garcelle for doing this, Garcelle's playing the long game. Because here's the reality. Yes, Kyle's relationship with Kathy might be messed up, but Garcelle isn't, because when this all plays back, Kathy's going to be able to see Garcelle had my back. Now, Garcelle might have, somewhat might have called my daughter out her name the previous season, but she got my back. I'm going to keep rocking with her. Again, it's one of those where I'm mad that she did it, but I understood why she did it. Play the long game. So Garcelle feels that it's a deflection off of Erica, which a lot of us have said that, where it's just like conveniently, we go from talking about Erica and her erratic behavior, which has been going on for well over a year, to now we're talking about a blow up that Kathy had, which for what it's worth, and from what we got, it was all directed at one person, which many of us feel that it was warranted. Anyway, Erica says that she has owned her stuff. Now Kathy needs to own her stuff. Kyle doesn't want her family ruined, and she wants her family at her daughter's wedding. And that's why I said I will get back to it, but I'm glad I already said it. But again, I feel that she just wants her sister, because you see she ain't saying nothing about Kim, but she wants Kathy and her children there to bring some notoriety to it. Again, Kyle, you not slick. And she says, we need to let it go. But she says it so passively, and like she's a wounded deer. Like, no, boss up. And here's the thing. See, Kyle, remember how you bossed up at Sutton? I believe, was they at Aspen? They was in some cabin. They was somewhere. They might have been in Aspen. And was when Sutton brought up being hard to see you next Tuesday, and how she literally bossed up at her and truly bossed up at Crystal. That might not have been the same one. But y'all, it was in this season. What was that, Kyle? Because this is the energy you need to have for Lisa and Erica, but you ain't got it for them. Oh, okay. So Lisa says, you can... What the hell I wrote here? Oh, you can sweep this under the rug. Garcelle says it can if she wants it to. Meaning, yeah, we can sweep this under the rug because ultimately this affects one person here, and that is Kyle. So if Kyle wants this dead, then just dead it. Especially if y'all are friends and you value the friendship. So Lisa says she has to get this off her chest, because if she doesn't, she could get sick, she can get cancer, and die. Now, I sat here like, really? Now, just getting sick and die is fine, but you really gonna throw cancer in there? Like, I don't have cancer, so I can't speak to this, but I do have 2 relatives that have died from cancer. But for those that have went through it, like, that's one of those things where you throw that out there so carelessly, yeah, you just offended a whole community of people that actually have dealt with it, survived it, and some that have passed on from it, and families that have to deal with that. And it's just like so careless. But you said it's gonna make you sick. So what, you gonna have Munchausen disease, like you said Yolanda had? And then she says she's been protecting the situation and Kyle's family, and then begins to ask everybody in the group, who all knows what happened? Everybody says no. Now, keep in mind, everybody, including Erica, says they don't know. Keep that in mind, all right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Because then you get a play-by-play, but you don't know what happened at the house. So she says, I'm protecting my friend. That's what Lisa says. So Crystal is trying to kind of like explain like how this is going to damage, Kyle. And Erica says that look, she has been, gunned at and picked on for like the past year. And Kyle's is like, so this is why you want Kathy to have to, this is why you want Kathy to be called out. And Erica says yes. And this at this point that Kyle goes to the bathroom, quote unquote, go to the bathroom, but she needed to get away from the situation. Dorit goes with her, and they just go and they're talking about it. Erica and Lisa decide, okay, we're just going to leave now. And Kyle says she thinks that at each event, including while they were at Aspen, pieces of information was being leaked to the press. So the fact that it was happening, and it's like every time the girls got together, more and more was coming out. The leaker is in the group. So Sutton, and again, I'm looking at Sutton just like, Sutton, this ain't your fight. This ain't your fight. But she goes directly to Erica and Lisa and asks them point blank, did y'all leak any of this information to the press? And and now I will say this, I can appreciate the boldness that Sutton had, because y'all remember last season, it took Sutton a minute to really get out with, and I guess because it wasn't truly at her, but I'm like, go ahead, Sutton, even though I felt she should have just, not said nothing. And Erica says she doesn't know how to do that. Now I'm sitting here, look, I don't know how to do that. You can't sit here and tell me that all of y'all that have been, in the public eye for however long you have, some of y'all being attached to wealthy individuals, because, many of y'all marry into money. You don't know how to get in contact with the press to put stuff out there. Like, come on now. We not stupid. So then Kyle says, her publicist did. And so what happened is Kathy had launched an investigation to figure out where the sources were coming from, and it came from somebody's camp. So Kyle was like, your publicist is the one that put it out there. Now that threw me, because I'm just like, oh, Kyle is being direct. All right, well, come on, be direct. Erica says her and Nikki share the same publicist, so why would she even do that? Okay, throw out Nikki, but it's just like, I don't know. And here's the thing, even if people do share the same publicist, people share publicists, they share assistants and whatnot. Some people are just messy. And look, if it's the right price for a story, some people will sit here and risk relationships and business status for a story. Okay, y'all remember when I say her regular name, Beyonce, Solange, and Jay-Z in the elevator, and how that footage was never supposed to see the light of day, but it did. Now, the person that did it was caught and was fired, but he or she, because I don't know the gender, risked it all. Now, got paid a hefty amount of money for it, but not employed anymore. And I'm pretty sure that person is probably blacklisted from a lot of different establishments. I believe it was a hotel. And hopefully that person is able to live off that little bit of money and start their own business. But I'm just saying, some people be willing to risk it all. So Erica and Lisa tag team Kyle, asking her, well, where's the play-by-play? Why wasn't it in the present? Da, 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 da. And this lets you know Lisa and Erica are tight. There was even when when Erica had got served with some papers when she and Lisa had just came from a trip, Lisa damn near took off trying to get away from her. Those two are tight. Now, I truly believe those two are in business with each other, which is why they are so close to the hip. Nevertheless, okay. So Garcelle says to Lisa, so you, without question, just defended Erica when Kyle says that it came from her camp. So not one point did you happen to be like, dang, did somebody from your camp do it? And Lisa's like, no, because why would I think that? This lets you, and again, Kyle, this right here should have let you know, if you didn't already know, where the allegiances are. When I tell you, I love seeing the Foul Pharaoh 5 crumble. I love it. I love to see it. So Lisa said, I'm sorry I said that. So Erica stands firm on, being gunned at, and Kathy should pretty much have to deal with it. Like, I dealt with it, so why shouldn't Kathy have to deal with it? This further makes us believe that not only did somebody from your camp leak this information, but you did want to deflect from it. Especially if this season continued on, which I'm happy that we're done with it, because had it continued on, it would have been let's keep pushing this Kathy thing. All right. So Kyle feels maybe someone did this to deflect from Erica. And Erica says that Kathy is, in essence, she's more popular than Kathy. So there's no way that, this deflection is going to do anything. Nothing is bigger than her. Now, I will say Kyle's just like, if we check last names, I'm pretty sure Kathy's last name holds more weight than Girardi. I wish Kyle would have said it in the moment. See, for Kyle to be a Capricorn, like, see, it'd be moments where I'm like, ooh, you so weak. Anyway, so Erica, no, I said that already. So Kyle lets us know that she is going to pick her blood over her friends. And we shall see. We shall see what comes of it. But yeah, that was the season finale. Like, it was cool for what it was. I mean, we got some stuff going on and whatnot. Like I said, I'm slightly upset that Garcelle was, playing Captain Saber. But again, I understood she was playing the long game. But I appreciate her putting on her producer's hat. And yeah, that's it. Obviously, they wrapped up. We got the little tidbits from everybody. I don't really care that much. So, with that being said, if I'm not mistaken, the reunion part 1 starts next week, I believe. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this uploaded, and I'm about to take my. I was about to say something. I'm about to take my butt to bed. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all for the next video. Peace.